So with us here, the voice you heard now is from Madam Grace Afo. She's been a widow for 8 years. 8 years, a widow with 4 children. According to her, the first one, by the grace of God, is working. The second one is learning a vocation. And she should complete this very year. She will need assistance, as there has been no support from anywhere. She will need assistance with the graduation of the second child who is learning a vocation. And also she would need Madame Benedicta to help her with a capital to start a business with. As she believes that when she starts a business, her former business, which is the selling of jewelries, panties, and other female wears, she will be able to help with the catering of her youngest child, who is in SHS. According to her, things have become tough after the husband's demise. She's not been able to work. The only thing she does is to work on the hired land as a farmer. She's pleading with Madame Benedicta to help her in her distress. And then she is praying that Madame Benedicta will be given more grace, more money, a heart of gold to help widows. Thank you. She's a widow who is also here to tell us what has actually happened after the demise of the husband. Amen. And so what Madame Georgina Bedu is saying, that she is not from this part. Okay, she is not from the eastern region. She's from the central region, Agona Swedru to be precise. And she's been a widow for 4 years. 4 years with 2 children. The eldest is 13. The least is 11 years. According to what she is saying now, after the death of the husband, she said they've claimed the 2-bedroom apartment that she had with the man. And then also, she's been going to them for help, but then to no avail. What they tell her is that when the man was alive and they were enjoying, she did not remember them. And so they have no help whatsoever to give unto her and unto her children. What she's saying is that she will need support, immense support when it comes to the children's education. Who we heard from is Madame Hanakutri. Her story is saddening because she's been a widow for 8 months. According to her, she had no child for the man. And so after the death of the man, the relatives of the late husband claimed the cocoa farm that they were using to feed. According to the relatives, they were going to use it as collateral. Collateral for what they do not know. And she does not know, sorry. And so she has been deserted. The land has been taken away from her. According to her, a friend of hers called her that she should join her to palm plantation so that they can go and then harvest the palm nuts for the owner, so that she could also get something as upkeep. When she went, the sharp parts of the palm tree pierced her soul, which has actually led to this swollen foot that she is carrying right now. What she's saying is she's been praying. It's been her prayer topic that the Lord will just give unto the widows over here an angel. Even though it's been her prayer topic, she didn't have faith that it would be within the shortest possible time. And so she's telling Madame Benedicta that she is an answer to her long-awaited prayers. And then, since she has taken it upon herself to do this, she will plead with her to help her to get a medical help with this issue of the foot. And also, if Madame Benedicta will be generous enough to give her something to start a business with. Also, when it got to the burial of the husband, she had to go for a loan, 5,400. She's not been able to pay because she thought that after the funeral, she could just harvest the cocoa, sell it, and then use the proceeds to pay off that loan. But unfortunately, the family of the late husband have claimed that land also. She is praying for Madame Benedicta that God should give her life in abundance. God should give her money. Because this act alone is an act of humility. She could have just decided to stay and then spend all her money as she so desired. But then she has the widows at heart. God should bless her. Thank you. And I have with me here Madame Salome Bisara. She's here to tell us what she has been through as an abused widow. Who we heard from is Madame Salome. She's been a widow for 10 years now, a widow with 2 children, a male and a female. Per what she said, after the death of the husband, things have been hard. Very, very hard, because there's been no support. The list of the children is 14 years, the oldest is 20. What she's saying is that the oldest child completed secondary school last year and is hoping to further her education. But then due to financial constraints, the child has been sent to go live with someone, in fact to work with the person, to gather something small to further her education. What help she says she seeks is that Madame Benedicta should please give her a capital to go back to her former business. She used to be a hairdresser, so she believes that if she ventures into that old business, it will be very lucrative and it is going to ginger her or enable her to take care of her own kids. She's saying that with the child who wants to further her education, Madame Benedicta should be of help. She's saying that God should grease the elbow of Madame Benedicta as she has embarked on a journey like this. Thank you. The story we had is that of Madame Victoria. She's been a widow for 2 years with 2 children. According to her, even before the husband died, she had divorced the man. And so after the burial, the relatives decided not to assist her with the catering of the children. She had to do everything by herself. What she's saying is that she's been able to see the first daughter through a vocational institute. By the grace of God, now she's married and is living with the husband elsewhere. But then with the last child, she's finding problems taking care of that child. She's saying that she used to be a shopkeeper. She used to run her own shop. But unfortunately, due to one reason or the other, she had to close down the shop. So literally now she's not working. She's 65 years. She owns a farm but cannot farm. So she's saying that Madame Benedicta should be of help. She should help her with money so that she can go back to running her shop, because she believes that even at her age, that thing alone can keep her active, other than to go farm on a piece of land before she feeds. She said that God should bless Madame Benedicta immensely, as she has taken it upon herself to help widows who have no one to help them. Thank you.